All right, well, we are live, and the Scheuneman Show has officially begun for the third time, and I think that this is going to be magic. We have been live with the brand for about 5-6 days, and it's been super exciting. We're going to get into all that, but because of the fact that we've launched and the fact that we have begun, we have access to top tier guests. Top tier. Don't spoil it too quick, but last week we had my buddy Cole Stevens on, and I'll be honest, things got a little out of control, but I'm thinking this one is going to be third time's the charm kind of thing. I have a good feeling. We could have Tupac Shakur's hologram sitting in front of us. We could have Beyonce, Madonna, really anybody. But no, we have Bob fucking Scheuneman, the father of the Scheunemans. Welcome, Bob. Dad. What's up?
Well, for real, it's nice to be here. And honest to goodness, after hearing the first two podcasts, I was kind of touched at the kindness that was shown to me. And truth be told, I'm really proud to be here and proud to just be a part of seeing my sons launching this. Well, I do cry up at times, but I'm proud of you guys. I mean, you've really built this 100%. I mean, and so it's exciting and scary and it's fun to work for you, even though I'm not getting paid yet.
We'll make it happen because not only are you just Bob, which is enough, more than enough. You're the shipping manager. Is that the title that you prefer?
Warehouse manager and shipping coordinator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Quality is very important to Bob Scheuneman, my dad. I'm not sure if I'll just keep calling you Bob or Dad, but
or Robert.
It's just as important to him. Quality is as it is to us, which is great. And we can save a little bit of money here in the beginning, but trust that we will all be. We won't be getting paid until you're getting paid. So I'm super excited to be employing my father. That's going to be a good time because, this is kind of random. I don't want to go too deep into this because it's just kind of a tangent. But like the fact that right now you're working for literally the lowest that you could be, and I'm not sure why. That I think it's funny and interesting, but I'm excited to top that. I know I can top that. And you're working at Serblatatos, right? Bleep that out. We could just cut that little piece out.
It's sur la table.
Sur la table. You just let me say it wrong the whole time?
No, I didn't think you'd been saying it wrong.
Earlier I said Serblatatos. I'm going to keep calling it that. But home of the quality kitchenware.
Yeah, it's fun people, fun place.
But, okay, can I ask you, why do you want to work for the lowest that you could get? Because I know that you could get way more than what you're making. I know you're retired, but like...
Well, I got, my last job, I had way too much, not too much responsibility, but my job was full of responsibility. And there comes a point in time where you just say, check, please. I'm done. I'm tired of telling people what to do. I'm tired of dealing with people that are pissed off all the time. And
do you want to talk a little bit about what you used to do?
Well, I've done a lot of things, but mostly for the past 35, 40 years, I've been a psych nurse and done a bunch of different stuff in psych nursing.
A good one at that. That's what I hear.
Well, I did okay.
You worked with my psyche for 18 plus years.
Yeah, I didn't. That's a whole different rap, though.
That is true. And I feel like I should say, obviously, Marquise Beatty is here.
Hello.
Yes, the co-host of Scheuneman, the producer, the magic man that is Marquise. But so you used to work with, is it safe to say, drug addicts?
Well, lots of different folks. Toward the end of my career, a lot of people in psych hospitals are there because of drug addiction, and so lots of experience with that, and all different kinds of psych issues.
So, do you think that the amount of drug addicts that were coming into your unit did really increase, and like in what time frame? Like, is it a lot more?
Well, yeah, I mean, the opiate crisis, I worked at an inner city hospital, so you couldn't throw a dead cat without hitting a drug house outside our emergency rooms.
Cat might have overdosed on Percocet.
Exactly. Well, and tons of heroin, too.
Oh, that too, yeah.
But, no joke. It's a bad thing, and it caused all kinds of problems. But the problem was that the psych patients couldn't get in because all the opiate addicts were coming in.
Damn. So they didn't think to maybe make a different like wing or like something like to separate the two?
Well, as you probably know, people that are addicted to drugs become pretty good at getting their needs met when they don't have any money. So they would say what they needed to say down at the ER to get admitted to the hospital when they were dope sick, or they needed to, let's say, not be out on the street for a minute because they got themselves in a compromising situation.
People are looking for their money.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, yeah, there's just so much to talk about. I just wanted to get, like, we'll come back to that, but I just wanted to introduce you and kind of what you used to do for work and just who you are other than a great supportive father. The reason I am who I am morally is 100% you. Like, I've always, I mean, okay, I don't want to put the bad things on you, but I'm saying, like, I try to not lie. I don't want to be an asshole. I treat people kindly, as much as I possibly can, and just respect people until they at least give me a reason to think otherwise. Like, just treating people with kindness, and I feel like not enough people do that. I've noticed that, like, it seems like, not to blow smoke on my own ass, but sometimes it feels like I'm the nicest person in the room, and that's not, like, I shouldn't be. There should be a lot more people that are nicer than me. But
well, not even that, you made a big impact on everyone around too, even friends, and
oh yeah, and
like neighborhood father for everybody.
Marquise, I think you're doing great with the mic today. I
You
just
think
wanna
so?
say
Am I close enough?
props. No, I wasn't trying to fix. You're doing good, but yeah, no, big impact, and which makes me think you had a big impact on a lot of my elementary school friends' parents, because they would.
Besides the ones that did want to fight you and all,
I mean, well, it's funny because I would bring my friends over, and my dad's an artiste, and he specializes in what do you call them?
You know what?
The life
I don't want to say
cast.
statues, life casts.
Yeah.
These life
Beautiful.
casts are
Beautiful cat.
beautiful women of all shapes and sizes. They're in the front room, so just gotta say thank you for that.
Well, I guess in retrospect, it may not have been the best idea. Your mother was not too thrilled about that, by the way.
They're classy. Let's not like
They are
make it sound like you got like just naked women and like doing nasty.
No, they're not
acts.
pornographic.
No.
but it did draw probably some negative attention. But at any rate, nice of you to say. Although it was a little sketchy at times in those years. Not everybody was always on the same page or happy, joy.
Yeah. Are you referring to the reactions to the statues, or are you the life
making-
cast?
All kinds of things.
Okay. Well, a lot of people actually like them. It's just like it's just really the elementary school years caused some tension in some of my friendships, because parents would want me to come over to their house after the first time they come over to my house. But no,
But they never said anything to me about that.
of course not. They're never going to say something to your face and be respectful and maybe speak their mind. They like to say it in a comfortable room away from you, but and away from me. But I also wanted to bring that up because I think that it's really cool that you did that in the first place, and I think they're really nice.
I do too. I think they're sweet.
Yeah, they're cool, and it makes me think about like how I'm trying to do something creatively and put my passion into something. It's just I see maybe not only did I get my moral compass from you, but I also may have gotten the creativity from you as well. But it pisses me off that we couldn't make a sale. Like I think, hey, anybody listening to this right now, I don't know if you can anymore. Maybe the website's down, but come buy a fucking Livecast.
Well, we're always in business for that, to do custom work and pieces on sale, but I think we're more likely to be selling some Scheuneman gear than we are some life casts.
Perfect segue into the fact that we are live. The brand is live, and the clothes are out for viewing pleasure and for people to purchase and love just as much as I love. We put a lot of time, a lot of work into everything you see there, and honestly, I'm excited to tell you guys about where the ideas came from, and like the fact that quality is so very important to us. We tried to get the best materials that we could. We tried to put out something that was different, something that you maybe haven't seen before, and also being classy and just trying to be us. So, yeah. Trying to so I guess I could start by saying, like, for example, the goose tea. That's what people are calling it, and it's one of I guess the fan favorite.
Well, I think that has a tie between the maroon. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
What do you
The
mean?
whole maroon outfit.
Like
The Scheuneman. What do you call that one?
oh, well, the name for it?
Yeah.
Wow, you really put me on. It's crazy that I actually couldn't tell you what we're calling it. I like to call it the pouch sweatshirt, and together as a fit, it's a comfort sweatsuit.
Whatever like that, but
It's really we wanted to make that very comfortable to wear, and I think we succeeded because we used organic cotton. We used once
You're talking about the joggers and the sweatshirt.
joggers and the sweatshirt. That is meant to be very soft. But what I was saying earlier, sorry, but the goose tee, like, that's just a t-shirt to maybe some people, but we made sure that it's a very nice t-shirt. Like, it's combed cotton, which is a very a much softer kind of cotton, and it's also 100 thread count, and these are details that maybe not everybody who wants to make clothes thinks of, but we wanted to think of them to really go that extra mile for our people. Like, so when you wear that shirt, it may be the most comfortable shirt you've ever worn.
No joke. Jeanette, one of my colleagues at work, picked up a couple for her kids, and her one son is a bodybuilder, so he's a big guy.
Oh, how did that end up fitting on? Like, did he like it?
He loves it, but she had to tell him. She says, "Look, you're not cutting the sleeves off this to work out in."
Oh my gosh!
So
you're free to do with it what you wish.
of course, but she was very clear because she was like, "Oh man," she was loving the fabric and gave excellent feedback on the goose tee. But it was funny when she was telling me, she said, I told him he's not cutting the sleeves off it to do lifting in.
I
So
love that. How common is that? Like, does he do that like a lot of t-shirts?
apparently so.
Oh wow.
He probably, if you're a lifter, he probably, he's bulking up and
Oh yeah.
busting out. So
And also another thing about that, that's the goose tee, but also you could call it the photo tee because that is going to be a reoccurring garment. Not the goose tee itself, but the idea of what we call the photo tee. Each drop, we're going to have one photo tee, a picture taken and edited by me, and we are going to include the coordinates for that location so you can go check it out. Some of them may be harder to get to than others. But yeah, I like to call myself a photographer as well, and I really do like taking pictures. So I wanted to put a little bit of my personality into the pictures we put on there and the way that they're edited. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback that really makes me happy, like about just, I mean, like that shirt in general, but people tend to like how the picture looks. I've heard it be called the Galactic Goose. I've been told I think you told me something about it's like a galaxy kind of vibe, but it's just super multicolored. Like,
yeah, the colorway. I like the colors. on how you chose to edit it that way. Because those aren't the original colors, right?
Yeah, no, that's the picture. Still a good picture, but my kind of style with my editing of pictures is I like to like make it very vibrant.
It just pops every
Yeah.
And the goose tea picture is from the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, so I grew up right around where that picture was taken, and that was a spot that me and my friends would always go to just to hang out, just to talk. Nothing else.
Do your homework.
Yeah,
right?
we would do homework in the tunnels there.
At all.
We had to bring like lamps and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, we call that spot the Gates of Hell. I've also heard it be called the Blood Bowl. I'm not sure even where. I probably went there the first time.
Lucky's Mart is what I know. Next to Lucky.
What was that? Oh yeah,
Lucky's Mart.
by Lucky's Mart. Yeah, that's a spot that I go to a lot, and I thought it was a good location for this first photo tee because it's my area, and I really I like to rep my area and where I grew up because I've been in Columbus my whole life. Somebody's car alarm is going off. Come on, dude, you're gonna ruin the podcast. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, that's right around my neighborhood and right off High Street. It's really cool because I took a lot more pictures there too because there's some crazy graffiti all in those tunnels, and I've graffitied it myself.
Is that where the picture in that I blew up on the canvas is? That's from that graffiti's from that area too?
Yes, I took that the same day actually. My dad has this. Talk about supportive. Like he has this huge canvas of one of my pictures that I took and edited from there, and it's like an abstract looking face. It's kind of hard to explain the picture, but it's like this big canvas and right in the living room, and
it's got an African flavor to it. It's got a kind of a graffiti look. I mean, it's graffiti.
Yeah.
And then you've colorized it in a way that it's cool. It's too bad we're on audio only because maybe you can
Video's coming soon.
Background picture sometime.
Oh yeah. I mean, my goal is to get canvases kind of like what you have up in your house to be behind us for when you guys can get the video. So we're gonna have a cool little setup that looks nice. I'm thinking I'll probably hang up some of the clothes from that current drop behind us as well. But yeah, like what Marquise was saying about like how it doesn't look the same as how it did, right? Like as it was taken.
Well, it's not, right?
No, especially the one we're talking about with the face. That one, I completely changed all the colors, and a good way to really make it come together nicely as one piece.
It's almost got a Picasso-ish look with the faces, because if you look at them one way, it's two faces. If you look at it another way, it's one face. So it's nicely done. You did a good job with that.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I still remember walking down there, seeing the goose walk, and
yeah, that was the goose that hissed at me.
Yeah,
that dude. Okay, yeah. Let me tell you the story about that day. So me, Marquise, and Colin. I think that was it. Us three went down to the Blood Bowl for the purpose of trying to get a picture for this photo tee. And so I was taking pictures of all kind of stuff. I wasn't sure what I was looking for at the time. And by the way, just for Colin, when he listens to this, he's petting the cat. He finally pet the cat.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't hate cats, but I don't think he really likes to give them as much love as maybe dogs. That's like, you're kind of repping the wrong side when our logo's a cat.
It's a pet-free zone in my house.
That's true. R.I.P. Spotty. One and only pet we've ever had there. You like to pretend you didn't have a cat. When I was very young, we had a cat. But anyway, so we're sorry to get off track. But we walked down into the Blood Bowl, and how it is like you go through these trees, and then there's like not even really a path, but kind of down into this like, what would you call that? Like a sewer drain?
Yeah, it was like an older drainage system, right? Like,
yeah, but the pipes are it's huge concrete pipes.
Yeah, there's only a single
like a metal frame coming out of it.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah. So you go down this hill and you're in this big sewer drain kind of thing. And if you're looking in front of you, there's this big cement pipe cylinder kind of thing that's like enclosed with this metal grate or like just big things of iron. I don't even know how to. It's like kind of like a cheese grater around it. So yeah, just trying to paint the picture. And we're walking around there and taking pictures of graffiti, going in the tunnel, taking pictures there. We come back out the tunnel and we're looking around, and then these geese come down. I think it was maybe only one. He was a loner. Maybe that's why he's so special. We need to get him paid. But anyway, we see him. And I start snapping pictures of him, and he is fucking already sassy. Like, he was walking with swagger. And that's how, when I started taking pictures of him, I kind of knew, like, right off the bat, we all did, like, that was going to be a nice picture. Because it's just how, like, he was walking, how the background and everything. And there's a couple different variations of the goose walking and, like, how it is.
He even has his head turned to the side, too.
Yeah, dude. And so anyway, we get those pictures, and we pretty much knew right there, like, oh, yeah, that's the one. And people have said this about the picture, like, it's almost one of those things where it's so cool, but you don't even really know why. Like, you like it a lot, but you can't, like, it's a goose and, like, a cool background, but it's, like, it just comes together so nicely, like, and we just kind of knew that right there, that we were probably going to end up using one of those pictures. But anyway, we start walking back into the tunnel because I wanted to get some more pictures, and we're in there for a couple minutes, and then we come back out, and this goose we don't see him at first, but then we look up, and that grate that I was talking about that, like, encloses the entrance to the pipe, he's sitting on top of that looking down at us, and, like, we have to go underneath him to get out. So we were like, we didn't think much of it. So Colin walks out, fine. Marquise gets half out, and then this guy looks down and starts, like, hissing. Like, I didn't even remember geese hissed. Like, he was like squawking at us and shit. And we're like, oh damn, what do we do? And so Marquise gets out, and then he was really mad at me. Like, he started, like, flapping his wings and stomping, and maybe he knew we were gonna fucking extort him. Not extort, but we were gonna milk him of the money he was worth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's, like, hissing at me and everything, and we could tell he's pissed, and so I was kind of messing around with him. Yeah, and he, like, hops down, and I think he, like, nipped at me or tried to, and then we kind of just, like, ran out of there.
You kept getting close, like, super close.
Yeah.
Get that picture, and then even though the one that you took isn't even that close to him.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even think I should have, but I don't think I got a picture of him hissing or anything like that. I tried, but I do remember I ended up just not caring that he was mad, and I started laying down and, like, pointing the camera up towards the sky to get, like, a view of the sky, but these bars were coming across it, so it looked kind of cool. And so, yeah, he was just hissing that whole time, just being a little bitch. Yeah, so that's kind of the backstory with the goose tea. I hope you guys go check the Blood Bowl out, because the coordinates will bring you to a really real place. That is where it was taken. See, that's the details I'm talking about. We put,
and not to give it away, but the next drop is not. The picture is not in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we can drop a couple spoilers.
Don't drop the spoiler.
I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but the next drop, which is already planned out because professional, you're going to have a hard time walking to it. I'll just say that. I'm lucky that I even snapped that shot. I'm in love with that picture. I really am excited for you guys to see that. It's going to be a different color shirt. I'll say that. I really want to say where it is. No?
No.
Can I say
no.
it's
no. Hell no. No.
You already gave away a whole bunch.
STFU.
Okay.
First one.
All right. So I have so many things that we could talk about. I just love this episode already as I'm doing this, but I'm going to go and I'm going to do my little test that I made for my dad here. And I'm excited. So
yeah. So
dad doesn't really know what's about to happen.
I'm in the dark here. Because, I like to have a little bit of organization. Actually, I like to have a lot of organization.
Very organized.
And I was grilling him about, so, what are you going to talk about and all this. And he wouldn't give me any answers. He said, just show up.
Yeah.
So now I find out I got a quiz coming.
We like to go natural here at the Scheuneman Show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that second episode was a doozy. I told you guys.
Yeah, speaking of which.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
What's up, Bob?
A little treasure hunt.
Treasure hunt.
When you went on a treasure hunt in the house and were...
Oh, yeah, I know what he's talking.
Oh, when we were
Yeah.
yeah. Are you talking about my grandparents? That thing?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's kind of awkward
do you
now.
wanna
He
let him
said,
in?
"My
Let's
house, Bob. Why do you
move
have
on to
his
the
grandparents?"
quiz.
All right,
Let's
all right.
move on to the quiz. But yeah, you run your mouth, you tell on yourself.
I mean, I kept it. You kind of snitched on yourself right there if people can put it together. But, all right. Don't get too excited, but I just thought this would be very funny. I was talking to my dad the other day about the definition of drip. And so I actually gave him a little homework, and I'll actually be asking you about that homework. You probably didn't do it, but I told him to listen to the song Drip or Drown. Now, did you?
Yes, I did listen to it, and
Hold on, let me guess. You couldn't understand anything that was said.
absolutely.
Ding dong. I re-listened.
How do you guys, how many times do you have to freaking listen to those songs to hear the words? I'm listening to it, I'm paying attention, I can't hear shit.
Well, when you listen to rap for long enough, you get it. But I get it though. I'm not gonna lie. When I listened to that song, I knew you would say that because there were some parts of that where I can't really understand.
I can't understand, I'll pick up a word every now and then. I would hear drip and drown.
There you go, Bob.
Drip
And
or
then,
drown.
of course-
Hey,
Of
I
course,
love
I had
that
to
song.
look it up. And then it makes sense, I get it. But
Did you hear like brand names and stuff like that?
I didn't. Well, did I hear it? Of course I heard it because I was listening to the song. Could I recognize any of the words? No.
Well,
I mean, I'm old and my hearing's shot from too many years of motorcycles, but still.
it's not all you. Gunna's style is kind of like that. Like he has a very unique style.
So how many times do you have to listen to something like that before you can put a sentence together?
Well, you answer that, Marquise. How many times do you think you listen to a song and you can like at least kind of know like half of a verse or something?
I mean, sometimes it does take a couple times because you're like, what? But you just play it back, learn that little part, and then you got the whole verse right there.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for us. I mean, like I've been listening to rap since I was 12, 11, 10 maybe.
Boy, that's like, hell, almost a decade.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's hey, it feels like a long
got
time.
socks
to me.
that old.
It's that. Yeah, no. I mean, that's a decent amount of time. I'm 21. I'm almost 22. I was listening. I'm trying to think. I must have been 10. Probably not younger, but yeah. So I'm pretty good with it.
I get it. It's just interesting to me how I mean, it's not just that song. I can't hear any of the words the first time I hear something.
Eminem.
I can understand him better, but maybe I've just heard him more.
I think it's his style. He's an MC, so like he's very into the lyrical aspect of music. So he likes to make sure you can hear what he's saying because he's also going to be putting in like word puzzles for you. Like but to go with like how many times do you have to listen to a song to understand it? I understand it clearly, but to this day, I'll still listen to Eminem music and get little metaphors or like just things he's doing with words that he says and how he says them that mean a whole other thing. Like still, and Eminem was the first rapper that I started listening to, of course. So anyway, yeah, this test that I've got for you is I called it Dad's hip test.
Oh boy, this will be embarrassing.
It's not going to be embarrassing. It's totally funny, and it's actually really good that you wouldn't know these words because that would be embarrassing. Because if you were trying to like talk like a 20-year-old.
Are you saying I'm old?
You're not old. I've always been. I've had your back. I told you were not old when you were old. Older than me.
Well, yeah. Since I'm your dad, I probably would be older than you.
Yeah, that usually has to work that way. But no, but like Cole said, you don't act old at all, but in a good way. Like you have a sense of humor. You crack jokes. You're one of the boys.
Well, maybe I'm just immature.
No, you're a very mature.
Nah, sometimes you get honest, Bob. Don't lie.
Oh yeah, no, you.
lie.
All right, throw this test at me.
Okay. So I don't know how many. I didn't really expect. I kind of thought this up today, so I don't really expect Marquise to have too many words. But maybe we'll go back and forth. But yeah, I've just got these slang terms that I was going to ask you if what you thought they meant, if you knew what they meant, and yeah, we could just see where that goes. So let's start with the first word, WAP. Do you know what WAP means? It's not that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah. So
WAP.
let's not offend that.
No, it's
Nationality.
people of this.
Oh, I've heard that word. I can't remember what the hell it means, but I have heard it.
I'll use it in a sentence. I'm trying to think of how to not make it super easy.
I don't know what it means. but
She's
I've heard
got that WAP.
it. Oh no, I don't know then.
Okay, so WAP came from a Cardi B song, and that means wet ass pussy. That's a
WAP?
banger, Dad.
You got that WAP.
But everybody around my age knows what we're talking about.
Oh,
No, it's a thing now.
a thing?
It is a thing.
It's always been a thing.
We gotta play.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
We'll play the song for you after.
Yeah, we can listen to it. So that,
the decent people are listening to this.
but hey, are you dissing Cardi B?
No, I love Cardi B.
Cardi B is a hustler. She's a. Don't get me started about Cardi B. I love her. I love Offset.
Now, is that an insult to say that's
No, wet ass pussy. Do you like wet pussy?
You what? Yeah, that's. Come on now.
I'm sorry. I'm just calling it how it is. That's not an insult.
It's kind of a bold thing to say.
How's the chorus? I forget how. Something about. Wow. Okay. Put me on the spot. But no, it's a good thing. The whole song is about it's good. I have a wet ass pussy and everybody loves it.
Yeah, that WAP.
So for real, she sings that?
Yes. With this wet ass pussy. I don't know really any other parts of it, but she literally goes the chorus.
So that's
make him sing for that wet ass pussy.
That's empowerment.
Of course it is. What are you talking about?
You want some dry ass pussy?
Oh wait, I guess we could use that as a segue into. Do you know what dap means? Give someone dap. Dap them up.
You ever dapped anyone up before?
Now that's a dangerous question to ask when you don't know what it means, because it could be something really horrible.
I think you have dapped somebody up, but some people wouldn't consider the way you do it dapping someone up.
I have no clue.
I'll show you.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't even have that
what's
one.
The dap part.
The dap it's not handshake.
Dap
that's
or
a
dap?
But it's like
dap.
Like dap, like smack.
Let me
your hand,
dap you up. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know like exactly why it's called dap or.
It's not an acronym.
No,
it's just
that one's just. It's just how I don't know. I just learned that that's what it is. You're dapping someone up. I don't really know what the history
could you
of that
fist
is.
bump somebody and that be dapping them up?
Maybe. I think. But. Well, all right.
Just the act of
It's tough to be cool, isn't it? It's not. You got to be on your A game, right?
It's easier every day.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. It depends.
I'm not cool. Trust me. The clothes I make is fucking awesome, but
swagger.
I have to put effort into that. But all right.
All right. So I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah. So I'll try and give you an easy one.
You have a whole list over here.
Yeah, I do have a whole
Throw one
list.
at give Marquise part of that list.
Yeah. Ask him one.
Oh, you want me to ask one?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll change my luck.
Pick one.
He's just grinning, looking at these because
Yeah.
he knows I don't know any of them.
I mean, I'm realizing now they are. It's a pretty hard game we're playing with you.
I mean, you got some easy ones in here. All right.
It just makes me look like an old guy. Okay,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
go ahead.
What about having ice?
Well,
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
no, that's
Well, I know what he's gonna say,
what I'm going to say. Crystal meth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I know. That's why.
but we'll give you half a point for there. You want to get the other half of the point?
I mean, if you're going to go really, really old school, ice would be diamonds. But I'm sure it's not that.
It is that.
It
is
is
that?
that.
Yeah,
Let's
That was-
old school come around again because that was a ice for diamonds was way back in the day.
Really?
Before, when I was your age, old people were calling diamonds ice.
So who would be called? Like, where would you hear that?
Like in Frank Sinatra movies and stuff.
I've never seen a Frank Sinatra movie.
Well, because it's black and white and
Okay. Well, wow. So okay, you got a full point.
Good job, Bob.
Yeah, good job.
dab me.
No.
They just high fived. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like more like handshake, right? Like a
Yeah, you could call it handshake dap.
Your own helm.
That one's not even written down though. That's
All right.
Okay. So drip.
Ice.
Ice. How about sneaky link? This is a new one. That's a pretty easy one too.
Sneaky link.
Yeah, you got a sneaky link.
Yeah.
Sneaky link. Not you specifically, Marquise. Okay, me and Marquise are having a conversation. Yeah, I was hanging out with my girlfriend and we were smoking, and then I thought, I need to go meet up with my sneaky link.
What is that,
There were
Bob?
being looks shot around the room.
Yeah.
You don't know?
Well,
Take a guess.
Or, oh shit, I had to change my password because my girl almost caught me with my sneaky link.
Well, yeah.
When I said you got a sneaky link, I was using it in the sentence.
one
not
has
you actually,
not
yeah.
me personally.
Yeah, no.
Because
No,
yeah.
but no, like so. Do you
That's
know?
your girlfriend on the side.
Yeah, like
It's not your girlfriend. It's just on the side.
your little
Sidekick.
yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
See, this is a part I'm not understanding. I
What?
mean, I understand, but it troubles me. But that's another story.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's
Sneaky link.
let's give you one more, and then maybe we could take a break and say a couple more things about. I have a couple things I want to say about the jacket I'm wearing right now, but
This fine, beautiful jacket.
It's fine, beautiful jacket. All right, so I'm gonna give you two because I think you're gonna know this next one. It's gonna be really easy. Gas, gasoline, gas. I've got gas in my pocket.
Money.
No,
What? Farts in your pocket?
that's old school. But no, gas is good weed.
Oh, okay.
So if you got gas, it means you got good.
Oh,
weed.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought you may have heard that in my high
Stuff
school
that can
years.
actually start your car.
Yeah. So if you're smoking the weed that you smoked or would have smoked, I don't know if you smoked, but when you were a
Don't
kid,
lie.
okay, well, yeah, when you were smoking lids back in the day, that
Back when
weed,
you could buy weed for $15 an ounce.
I'm so jealous, but that weed was not gas.
No, true that.
So and then we're gonna give you
Last one.
yes,
Last one. Oh,
yeah, you pick it, you pick
let's
it,
decide. Both.
yeah.
No, we just did something. No,
No, okay, yeah, switch it up.
yeah.
Since this is the last one, we're gonna do thought. Do you know what thought is?
Oh, there we go. Is that like?
Yeah,
All right, so like you're talking about like hitting a lick, then, right?
yeah,
What's that?
Hit a lick?
Yeah.
yeah. Lick is the word, but in a sentence, yeah, I'm gonna go hit a lick.
Smoke a
You should
joint?
know. No, you should know that. If you really, I think this one isn't even that new. Like,
Well, it's. Oh, I'm out of the loop. So what's hit a lick?
hitting a lick is like robbing someone or something.
Oh no, that.
So like hitting licks, like I'm robbing liquor stores. That's a fucking
Oh,
bar.
okay. Okay, yeah.
It's not lick liquor store, but or maybe it is. Maybe that's, I don't know. But yeah, when you hit a lick, that's when you're robbing someone or something.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm not up on my criminal behavior.
I mean, dude, these are slang terms, so they're not going to be
I
heavenly.
got you.
I just thought it would be funny to get some genuine reactions and answers from you about.
Well, it's always nice to be able to speak a language so you can talk to people and they don't know what you're talking about. That can be handy at times.
Exactly, and I like to get into the I just like to learn. So I was trying to learn some street terms. I picked those up in high school and stuff. But
Yeah. Okay.
So the jacket I'm wearing right now is now my favorite jacket. Wear it too much, but can you really wear a calfskin leather jacket from Scheuneman too much? I don't think you can. And that one, I wish Colin was here to talk about it because it's his masterful brain that thunk this one up. It's a classic style leather jacket, and we wanted once again to make it out of quality materials, manufactured in Italy. Got to drop that. We chose calfskin, which is practically some of the best leather you can get for what we're trying to do. Nice.
It is really butter smooth.
Butter smooth, smells amazing.
I just feel like a badass wearing it, honestly.
It's a take on the traditional biker jacket from that came out in the 50s, really.
Yeah.
And
which is when you were born.
Thanks for reminding me.
I know this is so funny because I've never been one to call you old ever, and I feel like I keep making.
He's old school.
I don't call you. It's not like I call you old to my friends behind your back either. This is like, I don't know, podcast talk, I guess. But
you guys took took that classic look and made it in calfskin, and then you're going to talk about the distressed part.
Well, yeah, we put a modern spin on it, and something that may piss some people off, because what Colin wanted to do was he likes that black with pops of color. So what we wanted to do was create a lining for the leather jacket, a nice green gecko lining. How you don't want to have to flash it, pull it out, and show people your lining, do you? No. And you want little pops of color just to be seen when you're wearing it. So what we did was we hand distressed each and every one of these calfskin leather jackets, and I'm actually going to give the mic to Bob, the dad, here, because you did them with us. And what tools were we using?
Well, the first one came and it was just it looked like it was cut with a razor blade from the factory, and it wasn't really the look you guys wanted. So, I've been wearing leather jackets for years because I'm into motorcycles. And so Colin and Joy came to me asking me how they could get that distressed look as opposed to a cut look. And I'll tell you, it kills me. This jacket is gorgeous. I mean, it's really
thank you
high quality leather.
That's not your water.
And yeah, the cat's in the water. And so they want to cut these slits in this perfect jacket, and it's freaking killing me. But hey, it's their design, not mine. They're corporate. I'm just the hired help.
I feel like it makes the jacket speak.
Well, it does. It's a really cool look because you're taking that classic design and then putting your own spin to it. And I've never seen that before in this style jacket. So
Which
anyway,
is another reason why we wanted to do it. But
yeah,
anyway.
And that's kind of what you guys seem to do is you take a classic look or a familiar look and then put your spin on it, which that's not an easy thing to do. I mean, I know I'm a dad, and I'm probably sounding like I'm bragging here, and I kind of am. I had nothing to do with it, but I can still think it's cool.
You did. You helped us.
Well, a little bit on the leather jacket, actually, I did, but the vision for it came primarily from Colin on this one. Mm-hmm. So anyway, make a long story short, he was asking me how he could get the look that he wanted with this jacket. So I had some old leather jackets around that don't fit me anymore. And so we were doing some experimenting with different ways to distress and get a cut in the leather, but not one that looked like a slice, or just like you took a razor blade to it.
Yeah, no.
That's not the look he wanted. So we tried all different kinds of things and ended up using an awl. It's an awl and it's also a drift. But it's basically a long piece of metal that has a point on the end of it, and you rub it in the line that you wanted on the jacket over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you get it worn right and it starts to cut through the leather. And so it's kind of a tedious process because you got two people holding the leather and one people working the distressing tool, and but it gives the effect that that the fellas wanted. And so as hard as it is to do, it's really kind of a cool and different look. So, and it's a neat jacket because you can wear it just with itself. You can wear it over a tee or you've been wearing it with a hoodie a lot, and and that's a cool look. And it works that way. You can wear it a whole bunch of different ways and super comfortable anyway.
Yeah, because when you do the hoodie with the leather jacket, you can create an even more like multi-toned like outfit, and it adds some room for you to do with it what you wish. Do like to match it with multiple things, and we want the green of the lining to stick out when you're looking at it without having it to be shown. But at the same time, it's subtle. So the green doesn't make it so you can't wear it with things that aren't green or something. Like right now, I'm wearing black joggers with some white writing and a rip and dip gray, black, and white hoodie kind of, and then the leather jacket over top, and I just think it comes over nicely, and it's not too bold. It is very like it's not just in your face bold, but when you really get into it, it's a bold move, and but you can wear it out to many different places, many different kinds of outings.
Yeah, that's kind of the cool part of it being based on a classic look is that it goes a lot of different directions. So
yeah, and it just feels really good to wear. I'm not just trying to hype ourselves up here. This is what this podcast is. It's a conversation based podcast. We're trying to have a good time and be funny, but I mean, we're going to take things serious sometimes when it comes to the things that we do seriously, which is the clothes and the whole process of that. And I want you guys to know the little details and be a part of it, because this is what we're trying to do. This is more than just a clothing brand to us. This is we're letting you guys into the family practically. So yeah, it's very exciting, and it makes my life brighter. And I hope that you guys can get your whatever you get and just love it. And I hope that it can make you love you. And I hope that you can just feel good in it, because that's what it's about. Like you want to look nice for other people, yeah, but you want to feel good and comfortable, and so that's what we're doing. Now I have to talk about the sweatshirt, because a little detail that only I know is there's this sewn in sleeve patch that says Scheuneman on the arm, and I feel like most people would probably want to put that on the outer arm, like it's to be seen from the side, but I put it on the inner part of the arm, so it's showing more to you while you're wearing it, like, because that's the whole thing. Like, we want you to feel good. So I wanted you to be able to look down and see these designs and be able to appreciate them, and not just have it on the side to where you could barely see it. And so it was kind of like a point of view inspired look. And I don't know if you guys can tell or know. You should. It's in the title. I think it has to be. That design on the belly, that's a pouch. Like, I really like messing around with common components with clothes, but using them in different ways and putting them in different kinds of places. And
what was the pocket that you designed because you kept losing your cell phone? Or is that the pants pocket, or was that?
We specifically made the pockets of of our jeans and the joggers. It was super important to me that you can fit your phone in there and it's not going to be poking out or going to fall out. Like I wanted to make the pockets deep and like very usable, like because it's a fucking pocket. I can't stand wearing a pair of pants in the pocket. Just you can't fit anything in it. You put your iPhone in there and it's poking out, it falls out when you sit down. That stuff ruins my day. I don't want to ruin your guys' day. I want you guys to be able to put whatever in there. Honestly, you might be referring to I don't know. I kind of tried to do it with the leather jacket, but down the line it's going to be more focused. But I did kind of make an inner pocket so that you could fit anything.
Beautiful.
Oh, one of the other words, strap.
Oh, yeah, strap. You know what a strap is?
Or no, go ahead.
Do you want to bring up the 2021 or?
Well, yeah. So obviously on the sweatshirt, not obvious. I mean, it's obvious if you look at it, but it says 2021 on the pouch, and that's when this brand was technically founded. Unfortunately, we didn't go live by then because of COVID-related incidents and things getting stuck in the shipping process and just lots of things. But I still stand by wanting to have it as 2021 because, number one, crazy year. I mean, the last 3-4 years have been insane, but like just 2021 is the year that we were established, really. It's the year it was designed, and yeah, we could have done 2022, but 2021, it's that new patch. It's kind of symbolizing that new item on the market, that new thing on the shelf, like with that classic, like that just flashy new sticker on something where it's like, oh, I've never seen this flavor of Cheerios before, like, so yeah. So I wanted to make the year that we were new, but we're gonna be new for a long time.
New.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about, I feel like we got a little close talk in there. Dad, I would love to rehash the story that I've heard so many times, but it's some of my favorite hospital stories that you have, and you have many. And every night at dinner, you would come home and I would ask for the story of the day, and this one is one that like sticks in my memory, and I it's just a very, very interesting story. I mean, I'll let you talk in a second, but it's about what must be a very strong mentally and strong physically person. Literally had an impact on my life just because of the story, I guess. I'll let you take the mic. Do you want to? You know what I'm talking about.
Well, there's a lot of different stories. I mean,
the three crazy ones that are just.
Well,
Not so. You don't have to go all three right now to make it too obvious, but the rabbit.
oh, okay. Well, yeah. I spent most of my last 35 years working as a psych nurse. So I did inpatient psych and worked some other areas of psych too. But this was back in the 90s. Before you were even born.
I was swimming in your nuts.
And well,
Wait, you're a nurse. Would I have been swimming in your nuts? Not to like go off track, but
no,
if I was a semen or a sperm cell, how long do sperm cells stay around in your nuts? Like,
well,
if I had a kid 10 years from
until they
now,
leave, that's how long they stay.
Okay,
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So,
I don't know where I was going
it's
with
the
that.
same genetic makeup. I didn't get to change my genes midway through my life.
I just meant like if I had a kid 10 years from now, could that sperm cell be in my balls right now?
No.
Okay. That's probably really a stupid question, but I didn't know there were like lingering ones that just like there were. I know there's
that didn't get pushed out at that time and still.
I guess I don't know.
They don't last years.
Okay, so
unless you freeze them.
Okay, well I thought you were incubating in your Never mind. Bunny, rabbit.
First off, big disclaimer. This particular patient, and I would never say any personal details where
I don't know the names.
You don't know names or details of anything, but but telling stories about experiences. And it was back when, well, they called it multiple personalities back then, but it's now dissociative identity disorder for you health people. But it was a popular diagnosis back then, and actually it was really overdiagnosed, I think.
That's what I've heard.
Lots of people got diagnosed that really weren't that. And I'm a nurse, not a doctor, so we don't diagnose, we just work. But
You do love doctors.
some doctors I really do love.
Yeah.
Some. Not all, but that's probably a story for another time. But and I'm really a science-based person. I don't believe in magic tricks and things like that, and you know, and at the same time, I don't say things didn't happen that happened.
Exactly.
Now, I don't. In many stories with this one particular person, I cannot tell you how it happened. I can't explain how it happened. And I witnessed it happen. No bullshit. So this one particular, and this woman had a horrible life, and she was a really, I don't know if she's still alive or not, but she, she really, I worked with her for probably over a year every day.
And that's long for...
That's super long for in the hospital. And I really came to have a tremendous empathy for her, because it was at a time when, and it still is, it's a very controversial diagnosis, and people think they're just making it up and want attention and all that stuff. And anyway, we could talk about that for hours, but you want to hear the story about...
I mean, there's a few really interesting stories, so you could start wherever you'd like.
Well, you said you wanted to hear about the rabbit. We'll do the rabbit story today. So, this woman was, I don't know, 5'5", 5'6". No, maybe 5'7", and probably weighed 135 pounds. So trim,
Regular-sized lady.
regular size, but on the slim side, and had injuries in her life. She'd been in fights and whatnot, and so she had some really serious back problems.
And about what age range would you say? Like,
Well, back then she would have been probably in her 30s.
okay.
And so it was back when we had the old-fashioned kind of hospital beds, which are extremely heavy, and they have motors on the bottom of them for the electrics. And you basically, they're only about 2 inches off the ground, and there was a space underneath them, but you couldn't get into that space because
2 inches.
Yeah, it's 2 inches. You can't crawl into it. And so,
You can't lift it up because it's heavy.
well, you can lift it up, but they weigh probably 700-800 pounds. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't lift one end of it up. I mean, if you had 4 of us there, we could lift it, but they're super freaking heavy. I don't remember at this point the details of it, but at one point in the evening, we do checks and stuff, and I was doing checks, and I walk in her room to check to make sure that she's okay, like we do for all the patients, and she's under the bed. And there's no way to get under the bed. I mean, it's like a vault. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't get there. And so I'm looking at her under the bed, and I said, so-and-so, what's going on? How'd you get in there? And she said, I didn't. I said, what do you mean you didn't? You're under there right now.
Oh, shit.
Do you not remember
I'm
this?
not bullshitting you, Marquise. She's under there, and there's no way to get under there.
I said, oh, shit.
Well, and, I mean, I had a lot of really experiences that I couldn't explain scientifically with her. So I was surprised, of course, but I wasn't like, it wasn't like unbelievable. It was just, holy shit, how did this happen?
Yeah. That's why I said.
So I'm saying, how did you get under there? And she said, I didn't. And I said, well, what do you mean you didn't? And she said, Rabbit did. I said, what are you talking about? She says, I turned into a rabbit and the rabbit crawled underneath.
At that time, is it kind of, are you holding back laughs or are you like,
Well,
oh,
I don't
what?
remember this story.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
That
so-
would freak me the.
Well, it was freaky in that there's no, but there were all kinds of other stuff too. I mean, she had this memory where, I would talk to her.
Sorry, but pretty much the end. So she's like, the rabbit did it. And you're like, well, okay, I guess. And then
Not
like,
the rabbit did it. She turned into a rabbit,
Yeah.
and the rabbit crawled underneath her, and then she turned back into herself.
but then like 5 people had to lift up the
it
bed
was like
to
a
get her
ton
out.
of people,
Yeah.
big giant people.
Yeah. So explain that. I don't know. But yeah.
Can't explain it,
But-
but it did happen. I'm not bullshitting you about that.
The other crazy thing to me is what you were about to say with the memory and also like when the switches would happen, what would physically kind of happen, like almost.
I mean, it's really incredible. I mean, she wouldn't literally. I mean, obviously it's the same person, but the look was different. I mean, you could tell. I mean, when you worked with her for a while, and you could talk to your mom because your mom has worked with lots more than I have, and so she would
Multiple
probably
personality disorder.
and all her therapy and counseling. His mom's a counselor. So she could probably tell you stories like that as well. But it really is incredible when it's genuinely someone with that diagnosis. But
So like, okay, just for an example for the people listening. So it would be like you're talking to her, just herself in a room, like having a conversation, and then all of a sudden you might see kind of a different way she was like carrying herself or like her different expression on her face, kind of subtle differences. And then as the conversation would progress, you would realize that she is now a different personality.
well, yeah, I mean, it would be pretty quick. It would.
Could you just realize it like that, or?
Well, after you work with folks for a while, you realize who and I, like I say, I worked with her every day, so I got to know her pretty well. But and she trusted me, so it gets so complicated, and it's
That's why I
such
love it.
Well, and I don't.
Not to love it.
No,
what
it's
you went through.
It's well, like I said, we could talk a lot, but I at the same time feel really bad for her because of all the pain. But incredible mind. I mean, just so smart, and things like the memory. I would we'd talk for an hour, and I said, "What did you say?" And she would quote back a 5-minute conversation that we had, her part and my part.
like from like last
Verbatim.
week.
Yeah, it could be last week, could be a month ago. I mean, and I never saw her not do it right.
Marquise, I couldn't tell you what I ate yesterday. Like,
Well,
I mean, if I really
it's
thought about it,
but you know what I mean? Like, that's insane. Like the fact that you could just
verbatim. It was mind blowing.
But I've heard stories of people who there's like a kind of person that can just be like, oh, what were you doing on September 21st,
Right.
2006? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, so I ate breakfast, I had waffles, and then I bought some Scheuneman, and then I loved it. And yeah, so.
But the just things on and on and on. Like different personalities would be different allergic reactions to different medications.
That's the other crazy
And
thing.
lab work would come back to support that. Now, that can't happen, and it happens.
So, Marquise, are you allergic to anything?
not that I know of.
Okay, so yeah, you're not allergic to anything. But if you have multiple personality disorders, say you change personalities and then you go pet one of your cats, now you're allergic to cats because you're a different personality. Doesn't that just blow your fucking mind? Like,
Well, and there is no scientific rationale for that. I don't have an explanation for that. But I saw lab results that would come back that would support that very thing. And it makes you sound crazy to say that. I mean, I sound crazy saying that as a nurse, but
that's kind of like the disclaimer you were saying in the beginning. Like, you aren't the kind of guy that's like believing in like hoopla kind of stuff. Like you don't like like if you were a different kind of guy and you believed in like, oh yeah, I bet that like a bunch of spiritual kind of mumbo jumbo that is kind of like in the out of the realm of possibility already, then it might be less believable coming from you and stuff. But no, you're like kind of a factual guy. Like you don't bullshit really. Like
I'm
you're grounded in reality.
Here's the irony. I would describe myself as being, very objective data focused. And at the same time, the older I get, if you live long enough, you're going to experience things that you cannot explain objectively. And, I think what happens a lot of times is we try to come up with an explanation of it didn't happen, or I must have been dreaming, or some people might say that it's the hand of God, and so.
But where does God fit into that?
Well, you have to talk to someone who believes in God to.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is, it's about coming to terms with contradictory truths. Things that don't fit together and both are true. And well, that's another whole topic. But I think the older I get, the more I'm able to accept that things don't make sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them not so, or it doesn't make it wrong or untrue just because I don't have an explanation for it. Just like the rabbit thing. I cannot explain that. I have no data, and I would not be expecting anybody to believe that as a truth. They would say, I'm full of shit and making that up 100%, can't happen, won't happen, you're full of shit, you're just saying this to be a dick.
Yeah, no, you've told this story to me a few times, and it's always the same, and, like, I genuinely do believe you. And I see what you mean. Like, the first time I heard it, I kind of maybe thought, like, oh, I was pretty, kind of young, but, like, I was like, oh, well, he's just kind of trying to maybe, like, amaze me, or, like, just, like Santa, how you lied to me about Santa. But
hey, children might be listening.
Yeah, we shouldn't be. You shouldn't be listening.
Well, that's true. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
If you are listening, call your parents.
Yeah, my dad will come over there and ground your ass.
Because that works so well with you.
Shit,
Can't
that's
even
a
get
whole
up
other podcast.
in the morning.
Oh, that's a story to
Hey,
tell.
don't get at me. You didn't wake up for work today, motherfucker.
Hey, don't get at me.
I was at work today.
I work today.
I work today too.
I'm working right now.
I'm working right now also.
Ain't that crazy?
Yep.
That is a trip.
Yeah.
My sons have a high-end urban streetwear clothing company. Holy shit.
It's funny. Every time I say, like, I have this kind of company, I'll, like, insert all these different words. I'm trying to get it to, like, a very calculated with my words, I guess. But like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I have a high-end designer, Italian-made clothing brand. But, like, I'm starting to think maybe I should just say I have a designer Italian clothing brand. Or
you know what just came, as you were saying that, how cool will it be someday when the word is really out, the product's out on the street, and Scheuneman, your brand, becomes synonymous with a certain style of clothing or a certain style of wear. So you can just say, oh, it's like a Scheuneman.
Yeah, I mean,
Which, it's freaky to hear that. But that's really kind of where you want to go, isn't it?
yeah, and it's funny you say that because you could say another term or slang term I could have quizzed you on is saying something is Gucci. That has become a way to say, like, oh, that's dope, or that's cool, like, or oh, I'm good. Like, literally, if you're like, oh, Marquise, how are you? That's a thing. So we've joked around about trying to turn Scheuneman into something like that.
Well, one step at a time.
Like, oh, you're being so Scheuneman. But yeah, it's crazy because that is our last name too. Like, I'm putting the family on the map.
Well, but you gotta you're doing the work to make that happen. You're saying saying that doesn't make it happen. It's doing the work behind it and having the patience and the faith and the perseverance to stay the course and take the risk. I mean, it is pretty crazy.
Yeah. And speaking of patience, fucking damn near, I was crying over this fucking episode getting out. This shit was intense. Fucking when you try and get a mixer and it just doesn't work.
It bricked.
It just bricked on me.
It's the good mixer too.
It's the best one I could find. We got the BOBCAST 4.
It has a yellow screen now.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's smoking cigarettes or something.
Yeah.
But
What do you mean?
it looks a little. I feel like it's clearing up a little bit actually.
It's clearing up as time goes by.
But yeah, this is on a new Mixcast. The last time we tried to record this episode, just mics weren't registering and all that stuff. And like, I just want to give you guys this pure entertainment. And I was feeling good that day. It wasn't working, and I had to stop myself from destroying something or myself, and go and return it and get a new one. And that's just some of the stuff that you don't hear about.
I was getting pissed too, and then Colin comes walking in, and he's like, I don't get it. It's like he just says, "You guys are just having a circular argument.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go take it back and get a new one tomorrow?" And it's like,
that's not the point.
Yeah, we're mad right now.
It was like, oh yeah, that would be the adult thing to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes he kind of is the adult.
No, he really has a way of being very matter of fact, but also just mature about things. And that's a very good person to be running a company with. He keeps me on track, and it's very helpful. Yeah, me and Colin didn't always love each other. We used to really get in each other's grills a lot, but I'm happy to say that we've had practically a friendship for a long time now. So, yeah, this is what happens when you get along with your brother, I guess.
The cat looks sweet.
Yeah, dude, this cat is just looking at us, and
it's going out all Egyptian.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Colin, we don't want to say this in front of the cat, but he does want a hairless Sphinx, but they're hard to get. He actually, don't get Dad started on pets. He wants to keep things as less stress, the better. So he knows what stress comes along with animals
And children.
Children, yeah, that's not going to happen, Dad.
And ex-wives.
Looking forward to ever going across that bridge, but
Have you ever thought about marrying anyone?
yes.
You have?
Yeah, see, back in my time, a little bit ago, I was in what I thought was a very serious relationship, and it ended in a very very serious way, I guess.
Yeah.
We're not even really going to talk about that.
Do you want kids?
I think I do eventually.
Uh-oh.
Not anytime soon.
Grandpa Bob.
Grandpa.
You know Colin's rap on that.
We'll let him talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, you want any more kids, Dad?
You don't. You remember the story of why I can't have kids now?
Well, I mean, you made that decision.
Yeah.
But then something happened because of it.
Oh shit! The bed. Are you kidding me?
Would you adopt?
No. Okay.
Well,
He's snipped.
I know that. That's why I said that.
There was a.
But do you know that story?
Yeah, I know the story. The blood or the Philip.
Yeah.
Philip on aisle 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about the spill on aisle 9.
You want to hear it all today, or you want to save that for another day?
Maybe we could
great,
live it.
I mean,
Oh, dude, this is probably it's got to be at least an hour at this point. I don't even know.
Let's save that one for another day.
Nice little
because
cliffhanger.
Let's just say.
we're just
You'll be
gonna
back.
leave it right there.
You'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, spill on aisle 9, and maybe that's what we'll call it.
Yeah, spill on aisle 9. That's it.
Yeah, I think we can call it a day. This was really fun. I think that we found our stride here, and you're good at this, Dad, and you are too, Marquise. But we already know that.
Oh, thank you.
But
same for you, man.
Did you have a good time on the Scheuneman show?
It was a lot of fun. I was a little bummed out that I didn't have my street cred down a little better, but I guess it's not good to be an old guy trying to be a young guy.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get you there.
Yeah.
It's just
You're gonna be
Well, you
rocking
gotta-
the wear.
right now I can wear the Goose T-shirt, the logo tee, and the belt. And I could wear the leather jacket, but that's...
Yeah, you could definitely wear the leather jacket. And honestly, I could see you wearing the varsity jacket once it comes out.
Oh, I want that varsity jacket.
You like
bad.
that?
Yeah.
That was one of my ideas. It's on the cutting board, not the cutting board. It's not officially dropped yet, but it's coming soon. It's a very...
Oh, it is?
It's not dropped yet. No.
I know it's not dropped, but I mean it's...
Oh, well, I mean, once we can, that'll be coming.
I love that. That's...
Yeah, you can see it you can see the prototype in the promo video if you look closely.
Yeah.
It's the black and white varsity jacket. It's made of merino wool.
And that's freaking cool. That's
one of my babies.
But yeah, it was fun.
Stealing some of your Propel.
And I'm glad to be a part of it.
We chilled out since last episode.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's a different vibe.
And what? Yeah, we'll have to. Did you see the picture of cousin Lukey rocking the Scheuneman gear with his shades?
Posted it today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lukey's looking good.
No, I've always loved Luke. He's.
If I was 1/10 as cool as Luke, I'd be all full of myself.
It's true. You're true. I mean, you're telling the truth. He's a cool guy. Like I don't know what it is about him. I've always wanted to be closer with him, and I think we're pretty close. But like, yeah, he's just a really cool dude. You need to meet Luke sometime.
Yeah, I haven't met him.
He's just chill.
And just
oh my god, she was like looking at you like, the fuck. But yeah, no, we got a lot of family members that we're gonna have to let you guys in
Aunt
on.
Bean too.
Aunt
She's
Bean,
the fashion
we love Aunt
freak.
Bean. She's been supporting since day one. Shout out to Aunt Bean. And
Shout out Aunt Bean.
And you can't talk about Aunt Bean without Aunt Bears.
Wait, is it Beam or
Bean?
Bean? Okay,
Bean. That's another
Bean.
slang word. You off a bean right now, Dad?
Are you on a bean?
I always get those mixed up though. Is that a benzo or is that a?
That was a perky.
That's we're on the same page. I don't know. It was either, but bean is just like a pill.
Well, there's all different kind of pills.
But I forget which kind of pill it is.
Well,
Write
good.
in the
I'm glad you don't know.
Hey guys, down in the comments, talk about Bean, Aunt Bean or a Bean. Yeah, let us know what you think about the episode.
Not to mention Uncle Pip and Peter. Oh man.
Well, I mean, what can we say about Peter? What can we say about Peter?
Maybe probably can't say anything about
nothing right
Peter,
now. I'm gonna have to
because
talk to my lawyer.
Yeah, you got to get the okay from the.
Yeah, we might get a knock on the door if we start talking too much.
Betty Big done.
Bada bing.
No.
All right, yeah. So this has been episode 3 of the Scheuneman Show, and I would love for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, notification, hit that bell, make friends in the comments. Shout out to Chris D'Elia. Sorry, never mind. You did some stupid shit. Anyway, yeah.
Check out Scheuneman.
Yeah, check out Scheuneman. Head up the
shop.
website. Get some nice clothes that'll make you feel like a good boy. This is going to keep coming every Sunday, and the clothes are going to come, and you'll be updated about it. Trust me. This is just the very, very fucking beginning, the tip of the iceberg. And we're about to sink the fucking Titanic. What? This is the tip of the iceberg. Rest in peace to all the lives lost on the Titanic. I'm sorry, I meant no disrespect. This has been episode 3 of the Scheuneman Show. I love you guys and love you.